Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another Sports Talk podcast.
What's up, everybody?
Hope everybody had a great day today. Good weekend.
Yeah, uh, I just had work. Uh, Dad's still out traveling, still in Baltimore in his nice penthouse suite with his 24/7 security, as
Butler service and all
expected.
that.
Yeah.
Is he going to be back before the weekend or no?
Yeah, believe he's due back sometime on Friday, and he'll be back here.
That's good. That is good.
And then believe he's here for a few weeks, and then him and my mom go up for the North Carolina to check out the house and hopefully finish the last bit of paperwork and get the keys and all that good stuff.
Oh, nice. So,
What's
Will,
going on?
I do not have normally Mike starts these off. I haven't really paid attention to much this week.
Uh, all I've seen in the card stuff so far is just some of the hits some people have been getting out of Top Series 1. So far, nobody has found the mantle to my knowledge.
Yeah, me neither. I did notice they do have more than just that there. There's like a 73 Willie started that somebody pulled. What's up, Chuck?
What is up?
If you'd like to join us, Chuck, I can send you the link, brother. Um, yeah, I saw that. I saw there's a 72 Willie Mays as well, I think. I mean, they're all redemptions, but I mean, hey, what's up, Logan?
What is up?
Yeah, I haven't seen any the big ones pull any of the big names like Mantle or any of the other ones, but we will never. I've seen a lot of Otanis pulled though.
I have two.
What's up, Dom?
What's up, Dom? All good, Chuck. All good.
Oh, good, brother. Just kind of talking about what we've seen come out of the Series 1. I did open a mega of Stadium Club. Yeah,
Nothing good?
nothing to write home about. I mean, they're nice looking cards. I always like the photos on them, but nothing to write home about that way. The only thing I like is my LCS has them for under $200.
Oh, nice.
So, but these, and I'll talk to your dad with about these magic boxes that Tops came up with out of these. There is, what is it? There's 6 magic hobby boxes, 2 magic mega boxes, and 7 magic value boxes. What is in them that makes them magic? I don't know. I'm thinking either extra autographs or a lot of numbered cards is what I'm kind of thinking, but I have not seen anybody pull them, but the odds are astronomical to pull a box.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, the blasts, from what I was reading, are the SE, which are only sold on Fanatics. And everything else, obviously, you can get everywhere else. But I mean, the odds are just, yeah. You have a better chance of winning Powerball, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd love to hit one, but I just
I
want to
did.
see one ripped.
Yeah. I did make a pre-order purchase a few weeks ago. I saw Topps came out with a John Cena collection or whatever. So I grabbed a couple. I grabbed two of those boxes, one to rip and then one to store for a little while. But we'll see how long I can stay away from it and store it.
You guaranteed anything in them or no?
Yeah. What was it? Where was the checklist? Nope, that's not it. So the highlights, you get one insert or one short print per box, two parallels or one parallel and one hit. You can get some autos. Um, so just all like cool stuff. Each box has one insert or short print and two number parallels or one parallel and one hit on average. So
That's nice.
25 total cards. And just some short prints and some stuff of Dr. Thugonomics, Ultra Rare, NWO Cena's. So hopefully we get some good stuff, but we'll see.
I don't know if anybody has seen any stuff going on with baseball. I haven't seen much, as far as trades or anything like that. Football,
No.
notice the Dolphins let Tariq Hill go.
Yeah, that was probably the biggest football news of the week.
They're talking about our team picking him up. I feel like he's going to be another Lattimore for us. Just play good, play some decent, and then get injured. I mean, who knows? I think he's going to end up somewhere else, but.
Baseball news. Oh, Padres signed Walker Buehler.
Oh, wow.
Zach Gallen returned to the D-backs on a 1-year, $22 million deal.
Wow. Did not see Bueller going to the Padres.
Yeah, that's a little. But Padres will just be the Padres. But games should be starting this weekend, so.
Oh, really?
Some of these, yeah. I believe the Yankees and the Georgia team square off this weekend. There he is.
Oh, see, the rich just show up when they feel like it, I guess. That's how it is now, I see. Like Jeremy Marquez and Castellanos. Wow.
Yeah. The Zach Gallen thing is funny. Like Chuck says, he declined the $22 million option that he signed the 1-year, $2 million deal. $22 million deal.
So how you been, Mike?
It's already scheduled. They've already said about a bunch of guys that aren't going to be playing already that they're going to hold them out for a while. So
How's it going down in Baltimore for you?
Other than extremely long days and stuff, it's great. Just we're doing something that we haven't. We're doing the way we're working at this auction is different than we've worked with any other auction that we have taken over, and it's just causing us a lot of problems. So it is what it is. Don't care.
I hear you should be back home by Friday.
Yep.
So how close is Giant Sports Cards to you? If you've ever heard of that store.
In Atlanta?
Yeah.
Oh, because Cody Rhodes is there, right?
Yeah, he's going to be there for your rip night. I figured you'd want to go down and maybe get an autograph or two.
So now for
What is that? Is he there on Saturday?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike is off on Saturday.
No, I'm not.
You're not off on Saturday?
No, I'm off on Sunday.
Your schedule? Oh, I thought I misunderstood. Yeah,
That's only about
Beatty,
30
Alvarez,
minutes away.
Blanco, and Luke Bob sitting at the beginning.
It's just up in Alpharetta.
Oh, they're on Alpharetta? So that's probably 30 minutes or so, maybe?
30 minutes. It's a little past the Avalon.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could see them sitting a lot of their bigger players. I wouldn't be surprised if Soto even sat out.
No kidding. Get in line now.
Probably.
So you see Steve Cohen said that he will, while he is the owner of the Mets, he will not have a team captain.
Wow.
He came out and said that he will not announce a team captain. I'm sure that made Francisco Lindor a little butthurt. Yeah, you never slept in that, Charlotte.
So,
And he's like, and they asked him why, and I mean, it does make a little bit of sense in that he basically said, well, the dynamic of a locker room changes from year to year because you don't bring the same exact team back. He said, so in his opinion, the locker room should figure out who the leader is.
that does kind of make sense.
As
Yeah.
they should, because he's not around those guys for 162 games, and
Yeah. I mean,
180 days of travel and whatever. So
it does go ahead and it does make sense. But, everybody was, screaming for Lindor to go ahead and be the captain. I mean, even David Wright was going ahead and, pushing for it.
Oh, wow. Well, maybe the locker room will vote that way. Who knows?
Yeah, it's possible. Very, very possible. And then we had the whole thing with the MLB PA, Tony Clark, having to go ahead and resign. Did you hear about that whole thing?
No.
Oh, yeah, he had to resign because of inappropriate behavior with a staff member who was his sister-in-law.
Wow. Well, when will these guys understand you don't do that crap?
You're right. You're 100% right, Locken. I mean, he, I don't know what good he did for the Players Association. I really don't. I never thought that he did, much of anything.
I'm sure he got him a nice deal with Fanatics, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
Probably about it.
Yeah. And then what's his name? The guy for the Twins, Pablo Lopez, already blew out his elbow.
Might as well start early.
So he is done for the year already. TJ. Boom. So I don't know. I mean, and it's going to be interesting. And a lot of these guys want to play in the World Baseball Classic and all this other kind of stuff. Yeah, they just announced that one. I just saw it. I saw it either last night or this morning when I was looking at ESPN stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's look, his just happened. He had his was just a bullpen session.
Wow.
It wasn't even a game. He was just throwing in the bullpen, and after his bullpen session, said, "Hey, I got some pain in my elbow," and it's supposed to be a bad tear, also, from what they were reporting.
Oh, wow.
But then you see something like that of a guy going ahead and getting hurt just in a bullpen session. You understand why some of the owners don't want some of their players playing in the World Baseball Classic.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're a team, that thinks they're going to be in contention. Why would you want, to put your season, have your season ended or make it harder for you, right away? And like we talked about last week, the truth of the matter is although the World Baseball Classic is fun to watch and it's cool seeing guys represent their their home countries, or not all of them represent their home country, because some depending on their parents' citizenship, they can play for other countries, so they can go ahead and be out there and play. So I think that's pretty cool of them wanting to go ahead and have their country ties to on a jersey and play. But if you're an owner, you definitely understand why they go, oh, hold on, timeout, you know. And the guys sit on the bench, get behind, and right. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. That's definitely true. You know, the guys that are on the bench, they get behind for the beginning of the season and stuff. I mean, you look at hockey with the Olympics. You know, I forgot. I think it's the guy for the LA Kings. He got tangled. I think he plays for Sweden. He got tangled with one of the guys from Canada. It broke his leg in 2 places. He's done for the season. And he just fell on top of him. It wasn't like he didn't do. There was no shenanigans, no nothing or anything like that. He went ahead and they got tangled. He fell down. All his weight landed on the guy's leg with the way they fell. The guy's done for the year. Done for the rest of the hockey season.
Wow.
You know, so it's so these things are great. You love that the players want to go ahead and do it, but there's that possible injury that can go ahead and happen based on it.
Yeah.
So I guess you can understand why owners are a little leery to let this stuff happen.
Yeah. So do you think your Jets will be interested in Tyreek Hill?
I think they would be interested, but Patty Mahomes just restructured his contract to open up a bunch of cap space.
Yeah, I think it was like
for the
44,
Chiefs.
45 million.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're Tyreek Hill, unless there was bad blood in you leaving Kansas City, I would think that might be one of the first places you'd want to go back to.
Yeah, true.
In my opinion. I mean, I'm just thinking, from that standpoint. Kind of pointless when only. Yeah, you're right. It is pointless when only two teams have a chance to win. I was surprised that they let him go. I didn't expect that. I mean, he chose Miami over the Jets last time. When he could go when he was getting trading and stuff. I think because he didn't sign as a free agent. I think he got traded. But I don't think he would. I can't see him with the quarterback situation that the Jets are going to have, even if they draft a quarterback in the first or second round. It's not going to go ahead and be, and it's not going to be a good situation for him. To me, like I said, I would see him go. I would see him unless there was bad blood. I could see Kansas City welcoming him back.
Yeah.
As soon as the guaranteed money runs out, everybody gets cut for cap space. Yeah, that's that's the one thing about the NFL, Locke, and that's the tough part, with those, these caps and these caps and everything that they put in there. It sounds great to go ahead and have parity. But there are a lot of players who, the players are the ones who pay at the end. It ain't the owners.
Right.
Hey, you have no guaranteed money left on your contract. Let's renegotiate. No? Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
You're done. From that standpoint. So it really, it's very interesting. I don't know if you saw, and probably most of you guys wouldn't, because with basketball. But Mark Cuban had a really long, post on X about tanking in the NBA because recently the Indiana Pacers got fined $100,000 And I think the Utah Jazz got fined $500,000
Wow.
for sitting healthy players.
Oh, wow.
And Cuban made a really good point, when he said, tanking is not really that bad of a thing for the NBA. He said, they go, when you think about it, more fans go just to go to a game. And that's even like in most sports, right? More fans go just to get the experience of going to the entire game.
To say I went to a game, basically.
Right. I mean, yes, a lot care about their team's record and a lot care.
Well, see, now that
Yeah.
if it,
No,
winning,
and that's why
no,
that's why they got hit with $500,000.
because the NFL does the same thing when they're ahead. They pull their starters a lot of times.
Yeah, but locking. I mean, not locking. Yeah, the what Cuban wrote was interesting because he's like more average people go to the NBA, go to baseball, go to football, go to hockey, go to any kind of sporting event for the experience of being there and seeing the players and stuff like that, right? So he was saying the NBA is, they're so concerned about this tanking that they're forgetting about affordability. They're forgetting about prices of things. They're forgetting about, they said because, and his point was a dad who takes his two, young sons to a basketball game could give it two shits about tanking.
Yeah.
He's going for the experience. He's taking his kids to go see, the professional, basketball players. And he said, and stuff. And he was a really good article because he talked about some of the shit that happens with the NBA. They have these, like, in the salary cap thing, they have aprons, and if you go over certain aprons, you lose the ability to do certain things. And his point was, you're having younger players making teams who probably are not going to get any playing time. So in the long run, they're not going to be good players because they're not getting game time. And he said, in a way, it's a detriment, some of the things to basketball, to the NBA, that it is a more positive thing.
Right.
Yeah. The rankings are tanking. It is definitely going ahead and hurting the league, but they don't want to believe it. So, it is what it is. And I think that's one of the things that I think baseball looks at the other sports with the salary caps. And I think that's one thing that makes them shy away from it.
Yeah. It's true.
I mean, personally, I don't care if there's a salary cap in baseball, but you're going to have the same type of thing. You're going to have two players that are going to make the money. If you were to put some kind of salary cap in baseball, you're going to have two, maybe three players out of the 26 that are on a roster making the money, and then you're going to fill in with a bunch of other guys.
Yeah.
You're complaining about Mike Trout not making the playoffs that much. What's going to happen, now if you install a salary cap? You really think all of a sudden there's going to, because I think we talked about it. If you have a salary cap, why now all of a sudden are the Pittsburgh Pirates going to start to try and spend a lot of money?
Yeah.
Are the Milwaukee Brewers going to change their philosophy? Is Miami Marlins and the Tampa Bay Rays, are all of a sudden they going to change their philosophy with the way they run their organizations? Oh, now there's a salary cap. Let's give this guy $60 million a year.
Yeah, I mean, are they trying to do this like to try to make the teams more even, or what? I mean, I know they're trying to keep more money to themselves, obviously, with a lot of it, but I mean, it'll be
I
interesting
think
to see
they
if
think,
it goes through. I mean, I think
yeah,
it will go through. I think it'll get passed. I don't see it, and you might have maybe it'll be close, but I just have a feeling it'll. If it goes through, will it cause a strike? Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We don't know what the players will end up doing.
well, I don't know how much it would. I I don't know what kind of parity. If, to me, I think like, look, you could have a cap all you want. If you don't have a floor,
Yeah,
It doesn't do anything.
right, then the
You
cap
don't
means
put a
crap.
floor and it doesn't do it. You're not. The only thing is because I mean, what do they think the cap's going to force some of the lower teams to spend money because the Dodgers aren't going to be able to afford everybody? But like you said, oh, the Pirates are going to just all of a sudden, oh yeah, Skeens here's 10 years, $500 million. That's not going to happen.
Right,
yeah,
you pay your one guy because you take let's take a Kyle Tucker for instance, right? If the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, the Yankees, let's just say those four teams. Well, let's say those four teams, they can't give him, 40 million a year, 30 million a year. Even if it's 30 million, they can't give it to him. Once they can't give him 30 million, then he's not worth 30 million anymore.
right.
Right? Because if people go, well, if the Dodgers had space, they'd pay him 30 million. Well, guess what? The Dodgers don't have the space. The only teams that have the space, are the Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay, Pittsburgh, Milwaukee, and if those are the only once you restrict the movement of the player because of the dollar figure, then they're never going to get what the perceived market value is for them. Yeah,
Right.
I mean, we all know. Look, there. I don't know if, and even everything that Shohei Ohtani goes ahead and brings in from the other revenue generating, pipelines that the Dodgers have, he's still not worth $70 million a year to play baseball. He may be worth $7 million a year for everything that encompasses what he brings in.
Right.
A bigger Japanese market, a bigger,
Well, that's what they look at now. Because if you look at what his deal was, however much Dodgers made that and some last year in just revenue.
True.
Yeah, they you're right. They came out and they said that based off of between merchandise and all the other stuff plus ticket sales, his contract is he's already basically his contract is paid for. They made enough money to cover that contract. But if he was coming out and there's a salary cap and he can't get that money, it doesn't make a difference what the perceived value is of the player. Once you put a cap in place, that value of the players go down.
I'll see my other thing. If they do a cap, do they renegotiate all those big contracts down? Or even can they even? How would they work that? Because you got like the big one, like you said, Trout, Tani, Soto, and probably a couple others that are
Well,
making.
you got 5 teams right away that would be in trouble. It would be the Dodgers, the Mets, the Phillies, the Padres, and the Yankees.
Yeah.
What did they say? Oh, hey, Francisco Lindor, yeah, we got to get rid of you. We can't afford you. Want to keep Soto? Oh yeah, hey, Bryce Harper, Trey Turner, JT, we're gonna let you go. We got these other guys. We can't afford you anymore for the rules. Like, and then what? They just, but yeah, Blue Jays too. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're Yeah, I don't, and that's the thing is from a standpoint of, if the only way I think, I don't know how they would do it, but the only thing that would have helped them would have been, let's say, if all these long-term contracts all ended in the same year, right?
Right.
Because then you can figure out a grandfather thing and so on and so forth and say, okay, hey, but guess what? You can't go past this year.
Also
You know,
true.
you can't go past, 2032 in your contracts. Sorry, because, then, you're going to get grandfathered in. But then when 2032 comes, 2033, man, you better be at that number. But to Mike's point, what do you do? And again, so what are you going to do? You have friends, let's take Soto. Soto's going to make $50 million a year. So you say, okay, we're going to trade Juan Soto because we have to get underneath the cap. What owner is going to want to take him just to go ahead and help you out? Like, you think the Miami Marlins are going, all right, you know what? We'll just trade him. We have the cap space. Just trade him to us. We'll take him.
And would Soto want to go there? I mean,
True.
he could be like, but then you get to the point of, all right, well, if you're not going to sign anywhere, well, you're not playing this year.
Yeah. But Dom makes a good point.
But then to Dom's point, all the contracts are guaranteed, so.
Yeah. And we saw what happened
it would
way
take
back.
years and years to get to the cap if they vote and go with that.
That's why I don't
vote for that.
I think it's the end of this season.
Oh, is that okay?
Or next.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they said it's like December 1st, 2020. No, the last day, I believe the last day of November of 2026. So the contract ends at midnight, I guess December 1st. When the calendar turns to December 1, that's when they think, a lockout will happen for the owners to try and get what? I don't know.
Yeah. And Dom said it would take a while to get in place.
Tim, what's going on?
What's up, Tim?
Yeah, December. Yeah.
So you figured, what, you say like 5 years before they got it in place, give or take?
I don't know how you can, but then how do you negotiate in good faith with somebody right now?
Yeah.
Like how do you negotiate with Scooble? How do you negotiate with Paul Skeens? You don't have to because of the whole arbitration thing, but what how do you do that? And that's what I'm saying. So Pittsburgh's going to say, "Oh, okay, you're telling me there's a cap and there's a floor, and we have to be at this number right here. Fine, we'll give Paul Skeens all that money. We'll pay one player $50 million a year.
And the rest will get base salary.
We'll be at your floor.
Then we'll have a double A team surrounding him.
Yeah. And like you said back when we talked about it, like, what are you going to put the floor at? You have to have it at least 200,000, if not 300.
Yeah, I don't like that's the thing.
Million.
Like, I don't know, I don't understand that. That's the hard part. That number, like, the gap has to be. It has to be small enough yet big enough. Like, it has to be small enough to where the teams that want to be at the floor are still spending a good amount of money.
Right.
But it can't be too high, because then what winds up happening is you just wind up having players being paid that, look, we've already said a lot of them don't deserve the money that they get.
Right.
Now you're actually going to go ahead and pay more players that don't deserve big dollars just to get to for the cap. And again, I'm not for the cap. I'm not against the cap. I mean, I just explain to me how it's going to work before I could have a real opinion on it. You know,
So last year the Dodgers payroll was 470, or no, that was the tax. What is this year? Yeah, this year's Dodgers payroll is 390 million, and then last place is Marlins, and they're at 78 million.
right?
So if they went off of what the NFL does, the NFL's salary cap floor requires a team to spend at least 90% of the maximum salary cap over a 3-year period. Based on cash base, based on a 2025 cap of 279.2 million. So they got to keep and maintain a minimum average spending or pay the difference directly to the players. So I mean, if they want something like that, that might not be bad. But I don't know what their ceiling is for that.
This
No
year you
longer
got
what
8 teams that are going to be in the tax and past the tax thing.
no longer. But what I'm saying though is that the good players, once you put a cap in, the good players won't get what their perceived value is because teams won't have to go ahead and pay that number. You know, if Kyle Tucker can't sign with a team that would pay him 30 million because those teams are capped out, then there's no need for any team to offer him 30 million. I mean, I'm not saying teams won't, but in reality, there's no reason to. Because if if he wanted 30 million and there's a cap and 5 teams offer him 20 million, well, he either takes one of those deals at 20 million a year, or guess what? He sits at home for the summer. That's basically the way it's going to work.
All right. And going back to the NFL, their salary cap is between 301 to 305 million per team as a cap space, as their ceiling.
So the NFL's floor is 90% of the cap.
Yeah.
So if you had a $250 million cap in baseball, that means your ceiling would be 180, would be like 220.
Yeah. Well, it's also for the floor. You got to spend it 90% of the salary cap over a 4-year period. So you're spending that. What was it? 279.2 million. I guess over the 4 years. So you got a wider range really there, I think. The 90 floor requires a minimum cash spend of approximately 251.28 million, which is going to be raised this year. So that's 90% is not just for 1 year, but cumulative requirement over 4 years. So
Yeah.
if the MLB did something similar to that, it wouldn't be as bad. I mean, it might
No,
hurt
but think about it though. I agree. I agree 100%. But look at the NFL. Look at the way it works. How many guys really get paid? You know, before guys got to start either renegotiating their contracts or getting cut when their guaranteed money goes away. Now, the big part again is the big part between the MLB and NFL is, you know, if Mike right over there, you know, playing center field for the New York Mets, and they offer him a $200 million contract. As soon as he finishes signing the E in Gentile, that contract is 100% guaranteed. Football really doesn't have that. So
True.
It's harder to go ahead and cut somebody in baseball because you got to pay.
Yeah, I'm looking at the highest paid people, and they're nowhere. I mean, you have Dak Prescott earning $60 million a year with a 4-year, $240 million contract. So the money's a lot different too.
Yeah. Yep.
Also true because a lot less games, obviously, and they play in more prime time hours. I mean, you're talking baseball games being paid on or being played at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a Tuesday.
True.
Yes, you can have full access and you can grab some socks out of the clubhouse.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens. How they try to structure it to not have a lockout, or structure it to they don't care if they have a lockout.
Yeah. Like, I just don't know what their concessions could be.
Yeah.
And maybe it is around TV money. Maybe that is part of the issue in that, but again, that's the market stuff. I'm sorry that, I'm sorry that the Cleveland Indians or the Kansas City Royals.
Guardians.
Well, what?
The Cleveland Guardians.
I'm sorry. The Cleveland Guardians, Kansas City, Pittsburgh Pirates, Miami Marlins, Tampa Bay Rays. I'm sorry that they can't go ahead and get the same kind of, regional TV deal that the Dodgers can in the second biggest or first biggest media market.
Yeah.
So maybe baseball needs to do a better job of that.
And the other thing, if they do this cap, are they going to get rid of the luxury tax?
You would have to, because the luxury tax right now is supposed to be acting as a cap to try to get teams to not spend some, but everybody just goes up and spends whatever. Like, there's 8 teams this season who's going to be in the luxury tax.
Yeah, and that's why, I remember,
3 or 4 of them are going to be in level in the Steve Cohen level.
Yeah, I think it's like Lockin had mentioned that, there are certain teams, if you sign a player for $10 million, you're really signing them for $20 million because you're over that, whatever those thresholds are, and then it's dollar for dollar.
Yeah. That point.
So I don't know. The cap is like, to me, like I was saying, I don't. You try and think about the game and where it is right now, and in my opinion, the TV, in the way I look at it, the TV revenue, those deals to me would be something that the owners would want to work out, but that's between owners and owners. That has nothing to do with players,
right?
Because I don't know, because again, it's not, it's not, what are you going to do? I mean, Boston signs a contract for their regional network. I mean, are they not supposed to?
I can't see the owners being like, okay, well, any contract like that you do, it's got to be the same as everywhere else. You guys, it all got to even out, which they could never do, especially with the West Coast type teams.
Yeah, I mean, the only way I could see something working in a way would be they'd have to make some kind of regional deal with the locals, but on a national level, if that makes sense. Hey, you know what? We'll pay the regional markets X number of dollars across the board, and you sign and you divide up that money, evenly.
Right.
Then it's like already part of your cable money or so on and so forth. And that gets you, all the local games, all the local games in your area. No blackouts, none of that kind of crap. And then if you want to buy the MLB type package to where you can, where you can watch, your team no matter where you go ahead and move to live, then you have that as an option also. But I don't know. It's baseball has become so regionalized that it has almost hurt them than it has more helped them.
Right. Yeah.
Because like Larkin said, that Dodgers deal that they have for their revenue, for their local, broadcasting rights, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's the richest in all sports.
So maybe make a cap on that. How much you can spend on it, I don't know. They could raise the luxury tax, but I don't think that would do any help. Because teams are already blowing past that as it is.
Apparently, for all the teams that lost their regional sports networks,
Yep.
we have to subscribe to ESPN app and pay for the MLB TV to watch our teams.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand that. I don't understand why a league who wants to grow globally, wants to grow more nationally, and get the Bobby Witts and the Julio, Rodriguez, and and the Juan Sotos and a bunch of these younger stars in front of people or on people's TVs. All they do is make it harder for it to happen rather than easier.
Right.
I don't understand that.
I don't think we ever will.
I just don't, I don't understand that thinking. Or get a jailbreak box. I got every channel. Well,
On that, you could do that, yes.
But here on Huddle Card Collection, we don't condone that.
What do we condone? We're not sure anymore.
Yeah.
All right, so, quick question. Who do you think is in the box, Mike? If you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, on Raw?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
I mean, I've seen people saying Jericho. I don't think it's him, with him still more or less being signed to AEW.
Danhausen. That's what Chuck says. That's what Dom says.
So, like, Lamp, obviously, that would be funny. That would, honestly, that would.
I don't know.
It's Seth.
I don't know what they're. I mean, I honestly can say these injuries that have happened, the injury to Seth, now the injury to Breaker, I think it has thrown them. It's thrown them off of trying to figure out what to go ahead and do and how to make things. When you figure you lost you lost potentially, a massive match in Seth versus Breaker at Mania. It's not Bianca. Oh, wow. Fragile must be Italian. Screw you, Chuck.
Fragile.
No, I know what you're saying, Chuck. It's not that Italians are fragile.
But now, is Breaker's injury real, or is it a storyline? With the way things have gone, we have no idea. I think it might be a real thing because it happened supposedly while I was lifting weights, and then it started there, and then when he lifted the table supposedly, or the desk, that's when it really hit him. I mean, for that, I mean, I think he could be back before Mania, possibly.
This close to Mania, in my opinion, that's too much. That to me, that I don't, that's too much of a work when you don't have anybody. When the, you know, like I don't know what they were going to do with him anyway.
Right.
Once they had Roman go ahead and win the Rumble.
So he went on February 8th. He went under surgery for a serious hernia.
No, Dom.
Definitely. Timetable 6 to 8 weeks was the original.
Now it's indefinite.
It's delayed longer now, yeah. And this would say he's dropped from the division. Well, yeah, it would have to be. Wonder who they bring in then. You know they're going to.
It's like the whole masked man thing.
Well, we know it's not.
Some people are going, oh,
it's not Logan.
It's Grayson Waller. Like, why the hell would it be Grayson Waller?
I mean, it could be.
But for what? He's going to try and get back at Austin Theory?
Yeah.
What the hell? Who is going to be going, oh my gosh, I can't wait to see that one?
And what would I mean? I would think if it was going to happen that way, he would have went after Theory, not Logan Paul. That's why I really think it's Seth, or Seth in that box going to come out at surprise everybody at Elimination Chamber. What he's going to do there, who knows?
I don't know. I'm not. I really think, again, like I said, Breaker going down. Who knows if they know what's going on, Seth. I mean, quite honestly, when you look at what they are trying to set up, like they don't even have anything set up for Gunther.
Yeah, because now he's not in elimination.
Well, they're trying to do that Ray Phoenix angle.
Yeah, but is that really a pay-per-view match?
Dragon Lee, not Ray Phoenix. Excuse me, Dragon Lee.
So is Dragon Lee retiring?
After the triple threat match the other night, Dragon Lee attacked him again. I thought.
Yeah.
Right, but you're calling him the career killer. So he's gonna kill Dragon Lee's career.
That would make no sense.
When you look at it right now, and you see what things could be. Right now, the only sure thing is Roman and Punk.
Yeah. And Drew, whoever he's going to get out of the Elimination Chamber.
Oh, it's a dentist chair for Britt Baker. DMD.
Maybe it's McMahon in the box. That's how they're bringing him back. That would definitely be a way throw off of everybody thinking who it is. I mean, it could be Shane. I know there's been talk about Shane coming back. I don't know why, but
whoever's inside starts to kick a hole in the box, and you hear, "You got no chance in hell."
Or you just hear yelling from inside, "You're fired." Coco Beware. I don't know if he is or not. I believe so.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Tito Santana. He's still alive.
Like I said, I mean, I really don't think they have,
They're trying to pull at strings now with the box and not revealing who the masked person is.
Yeah, again, this is one of those things where you're like, okay, this is one of those things, like, I don't know. More than likely, this will be Unreal Season 3.
Yeah.
But you think about it, they're sitting all around, and what? Bruce Pritchard comes up and goes, all right, we find a giant cardboard box, and we say somebody's in it. We don't know who we're going to put in it yet, but we're going to say somebody's going to be in it, and then we'll let them know at the end of the month as to who's in the box. I mean, seriously? And then all these guys are around the table going, "Damn, Bruce, what a freaking great idea!"
And Road Dog, who's supposedly in charge of the live events, why don't we put our truth in there just for fun? It's just I don't understand where they went with that.
I mean, this is like the gobbledygooker part 2, right? When he broke through the freaking egg. Was it Survivor Series? I don't know when it was, right? But it's this big thing. I'm like, come on, man. I just think it's they're trying to.
They're pulling at strings right now.
They are reaching for anything I think they can try and find to see how they might be able to. What it does is this. It gives them time to figure something out because it's the shock, man.
There you go.
Yeah, and when he comes out, he's gonna fall and friggin' and his mask is gonna it was Survivor Series. Yeah, it's like the only thing this does is it buys them time.
Right.
It buys them time to try and figure something out, to figure out an angle. Maybe Seth could be in the box, but they're waiting to see, what hey, is he cleared? Is he not cleared? Can he wrestle? Can he not wrestle? That's the only thing I could think of that what this does is just buys them some time, as to what it is. Again, the masked man thing, the guy in the hoodie. I don't know. I just don't, I just don't understand it. I don't know where they're going to go. The same type of thing. By doing it, it buys them some time to figure some crap out. That's all it's doing.
Right.
I mean, and once again, we look and we see that we can find out they don't give a crap about the women.
That is so true.
They don't care. It's like they don't care about the, they certainly don't care about tag titles. They try and do all this stupid stuff to try and make them relevant. And stuff like that, and it doesn't go ahead and work. They got Jade acting the way she acts, and I mean, are we really gonna get? Did they announce Jade against Jordan for Chamber?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, if they don't,
no, I thought they just fought Friday night for it.
They did.
Because Liv and Dom were sitting ringside watching.
That's right, yeah. Because they were having their Valentine's Day chicken nugget dinner.
Oh, that's right.
The only other one that I know is guaranteed is now you have the AJ Lee versus Becky Lynch for the Intercontinental. Pretty sure that was made for then.
So that'll be on the same. That'll probably be on the same night as Roman and that'll be on the same night as Roman more than likely.
Yeah.
So are we gonna get the Bellas? So what's gonna happen? I don't know. Did you see that they had a meeting for ideas for Mania and kept the creative team out of it? Wouldn't surprise me. There's a guy I forgot what his channel is. I think his channel might just be his name. His first name is James. He's on a couple other channels with like Stevie Richards, and he does a couple other podcasts with some guys. Then he does his own thing on his own show, and they were saying that they're starting to discount ticket prices for WrestleMania. It's not selling. It is. It is absolutely ridiculous that we are going to get the Bellas wearing belts for no good freaking reason. There you go. Yep.
I saw somebody.
Yeah.
What do you mean? They're the Bella twins. That's all they need to have the belts.
Yeah. Is it's somebody was saying about Mania tickets? It's for $40,000. You get second row seats for the 2 nights. You get to be at some party Friday night, and you get unlimited access to the WWE store where you've got to spend more money. For 40 grand, that is not worth it to me. I better meet some wrestlers. You better bring out all of them so I can get autographs.
You get unlimited access to a store where you
Well,
got to
I think there is stuff like that because I remember, I forget what this guy's name is, but he posts YouTube videos of buying like the most expensive tickets for the WWE
Yeah.
event, and he bought the ones for Vegas last year, and he got to meet. I don't know if he met John because that's when John was doing his heel thing, but he met some guys. Some people got to do like an entrance and like run down the ramp and
Yeah.
stuff. But I mean, it is what it is. But I don't know if you guys saw John Cena was on a podcast with I think it's Ice Cube's son, talking about when him and Roman faced off at SummerSlam a few years ago. Up until like a few hours before the show, he was supposed to win his 17th world championship that night until they got Brock situated and got Brock Lesnar, got him in, and then they changed it to where Roman was going to win and then Brock was going to come out afterwards. But
Oh,
what
wow.
John was saying was the original plan was he was going to win, get his 17th title, then somebody was going to come out and say, no, restart the match or start another match, and then Roman would turn around and win it back.
Oh,
But then they changed it because they got Brock. He said it was that PLE was on the West Coast, so they got Brock at like 5 p.m. and then the show like went live, so they had to change the outcome of the match. But I just wanted to share that. I'm gonna hop off because I got these pups behind me pestering me to go use the bathroom. So I'm gonna go take care of them.
thanks, Mike.
Yeah. Of course. John, that stream is this Sunday, right?
Why you got you here? There's been a little bit of change of plans. There's going to be one Sunday. However, it's going to be something that Larkin sent Mike with like 300 packs that he did. So it's kind of, I guess, be like a break sort of. But all that money that he earns from that's going to go to split between the two people we're donating to. Then next Sunday is going to be the actual where we have all the jerseys and a bunch of other, like the stuff you sent, Mike, the stuff Pittsburgh sent. Because this big thing that Larkin sent him, he wants to get done. But it's still going to be a stream this Sunday on Mr. Enfuego's channel. Then next Sunday will be another one, with all the.
So the Sunday at the Chamber will be the fundraiser.
The big one, yeah. And then Mike's doing a sale either the Sunday after that or the following Sunday with sales with a couple guys. And all that money's also going to go to the two people.
So basically 3 Sundays in a row?
Yeah.
Did we talk about when the sales are going to open up to buy slots on the wheel for the jerseys?
This Sunday they'll do that. We're going to do that. I believe that's what he said. They're going to, during that stream, we'll talk about the next Sunday stream and start selling spots for that, I believe. Unless that changed. Dom was there. I don't know if anything changed when I left, but that's what I heard last. They were going to start selling spots for that as well. Maddie was there too, so. But like basically for the next 2 to 3 week Sundays, it'll be stuff for Amanda and I don't know Josh's sister's name, but it's going to be basically building up as much as we can.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I'll catch you guys later. Hopefully when I hit leave studio, it doesn't end anything since I'm under your account.
No, you shouldn't.
All
You're
right.
just leaving. You're just leaving the studio. You're not ending the stream.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do you guys like that.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
All right. I'll see you guys later.
Yep, have a
Later.
good one.
Thanks, Mike.
I don't know what. Hopefully that went through. I have no idea what you said, Dom. Maybe it didn't.
Hopefully that went through.
Yeah.
Through what?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to figure out.
Unless maybe did he send you maybe a text message or an email?
I don't have a text that I see. Maybe I do though. No, I don't have a text. Dom, what were you hopefully that went through, brother? Anyway,
Yeah.
So, okay, so this Friday night, spots will be sold for this Sunday. And I believe Sunday he said that they were going to sell spots for the following Sunday to get it started. Maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I know when he was having the break and everything, I asked him. This was before the whole Josh thing got kicked in. Also, when I asked him about buying some tickets, he was like, "Let me go ahead and clear my PayPal." So what he might wind up doing is probably the same thing. Sell the tickets for this thing for Sunday for what Lawkins sent. Then he'll probably want to clear his PayPal out. This way, then he knows, okay, the money coming in now is for the following one.
That would be a good idea.
So if people are going to still be able to buy on Sunday to get in on this Sunday, he may wait until Monday, you know what I'm saying, to open up for the following week.
Possible. I don't know. I mean, the way he was talking, he said this will sell out pretty quickly, which.
Oh, it's teams, right? It's
no,
teams.
It's a bunch of unopened packs of anything from sports to TV shows to Star Wars to wrestling. These are all like unopened packs that my Lawkins sent them. I forget how he's going to do it. I had to jump out quick, but I think you buy a spot, and he says it's supposed to raise like some decent money, which is going to be good. And then I guess maybe he does that. And then if he sells them out early enough, he can take that money out of his PayPal. And then if he wanted to start selling spots for the following Sunday, he could, because his account would be clear. But I'll have to text him and find out what he's doing. But if that's Don was there, Maddie was there. Like I said, I had to jump out kind of early on that, but last I knew, that's what we were doing. So the next 3 Sundays, all on Infuego's channel, will be each Sunday will give money towards Mandy and Josh's sister, or Josh for his sister. Spots will be $10 for 3. Okay.
Oh, so you so you pay $10 to get 3 spots. Your spot comes up, and then okay, so each spot is equivalent to 1 pack. So when your name comes up, you get to pick a pack.
Yeah, see, I admit that I didn't say I wasn't there for the 10 for 3. I don't, but 300 total spots. Yeah, it's going to bring in some nice money. You're guaranteed something. That's
right.
good.
This way, whoever buys is guaranteed something.
It will be capped.
It'll be
Okay.
capped. Well, that's good.
Did he say how many he would cap you at? I mean, obviously, because somebody could buy all 300 spots if they wanted to, but.
Well, the truth is to be honest with you, I hate to say it, but really shouldn't cap it, because if you're only charging $10, it's going to cost you probably close to $5 to ship.
Badass card or pack. Okay. Yeah, it's the way Mike does things. I love Mike, but.
Oh, a blind draw. So basically, he would just put his hand in a box, pick one out, and go, boom, you get this. Or this is what the winner gets, then spins the wheel.
Yeah, I don't know. Just surprised Don was actually sober enough at that time to do it. But, so listen, I appreciate it, brother, because I had to leave. Next week is the bigger deal. Yes, that's where you have all the jerseys, the stuff you sent, the stuff Anthony sent, the stuff Dom's sending, the stuff I have, which actually gives me a chance to get one more thing in, maybe.
Wow, Lawkin, that's incredible. Thank you, Larkin.
I think you pick what you want. Okay. Yeah, I will send Mike a email and have him just give me a rundown of what was talked about that I missed.
Because has Enfuego done a video on his channel advertising it?
I don't think so yet. I believe that Mike might be putting one out tomorrow.
Yeah, if you're going to have it on Enfuego's channel, wouldn't you want?
Yeah, I think John's going to put something out for the big one. I don't know if he's doing it for this one this Sunday though.
But this Sunday is still on Enfuego's channel?
Yes. Going to keep all three on the same channel. That way people aren't trying to.
So it's
Friday night.
So he's going live on Friday. It's not a backstage thing on Friday.
I was not there for that. Maybe he is.
Okay. Good enough if he's going live to talk about it and discuss it. And if people can, if they miss that, they can at least watch the video to see, what it's all about and everything.
Right.
Radio
can't make Friday night. Well, is it going to be a live stream, Dom? Did they say? It'll be on Mike's channel, obviously. Because I know he'll probably talk about it during Jeff's stream. Okay. Mike post a fully live and have a recap video airing before he does live. Okay. And I'm sure he'll talk about it on tomorrow during Jeff's stream because he'll be on there. So I'm sure it'll be brought up there too. So keep an eye out for that. I love you, Dom. But anyway, I did get into cards here. I did open me and Dom split a mega box of Stadium Club.
I did not get a chance to look at that video yet. How do the cards look? What's your overall opinion on the cards
themselves? I think they're really nice. I mean, but then Stadium Club always is. Mm-hmm. You don't get a whole lot out of them. Like I was expecting a little bit better, but I mean, there's some cards that are going to be sent your way.
Thank you.
Some Trouts and some other stuff. And I opened a blaster by myself today. I didn't video. I wanted to see. Those are, the cards are definitely nice. I like the photos. They got a lot more landscapes, which I'm not big of, but I do like how they got a lot more into you have one with Paul Skeens throwing a football. You have the lot of more fun side of what they do, like off the field and stuff, but
people who love grading cards are going to hate having that many friggin' landscape ones.
Yeah. I was
actually. Was this LCS? Did you get these from your LCS or did you get them at a retail?
Yeah, my LCS had the Megas for 50, the Blasters for 25.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it is a huge print run.
No way. Double?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And then they added in what they call magic boxes, which nobody knows what's in them. However, the odds are ridiculous because there's only 6 magic hobby boxes out there, 2 magic mega boxes out there, and 7 magic blasters out there. And the odds are it's easier to get the blaster box mega one than any of the others. It's like 1 in 252,000.
Blasters.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I would
252,000 blasters. But if it's 1 out of that and they made 7.
Yeah.
But even still, 250,000.
Let me real quick. I'm going to make sure I'm saying
blaster boxes. That's crazy.
I'm pretty sure that's what they were. So.
Wow. Autos only went up by 16%.
So
that's crazy.
The magic boxes, details are unknown, but the odds are tough. In the value EA boxes, which are your standard ones you buy at Walmart and Target, 1 in 252,587. Hobby boxes are 1 in 280,000. Megas are 1 in 682,000. And the value SC boxes that you get from like Fanatics or somewhere else, 1 in 1.1 million. To grab a mega box one, 1 in 2.2 million. To pull a magic box, which I've got to
So
say,
that
the only
means
thing I think of is maybe the hobby box. That's boxes, locking.
so what you're telling me is that between Walmarts and Targets, there's 250,000 boxes.
Yep.
Wow.
And there's only
And
7.
but that doesn't even include the however many that are Fanatics ones.
Fanatics has they 1 in 1.1 million. So you
So
got
that means, so if it's 1 in 1.1 million, that means they have at least in some freaking warehouse. Well, now it's spread out, but at one point in time, they had 1.1 million blasters sitting somewhere.
at least.
So 1 point. So let's figure this out. So if you have 1 million, oh, let's see here, 1.1 million divided by, what is that, 20 boxes? What are they? Is there 40 boxes in a case?
40 in a case usually, yeah.
Divided by 40. That means that Fanatics alone had 27,500 cases.
Wow. That's a lot of cases. But I mean, it's just, I mean, I would love to see somebody hit one, because I'm curious of like, is the hobby box like all autos, or all a bunch extra autos and a bunch of numbered cards, or like, I'm hoping to find out what it is, because there's nothing in the
Okay.
odds section that say anything different.
And in a blaster, what are you getting? 30 cards?
Good question. I can tell you in a minute. Tell you in just a second. You get. Did even tell me? Yeah. 40 cards.
40. So that means at Fanatics, in blaster boxes alone, there were 44 million cards.
I believe I read somewhere that the print run was 500 million.
It makes sense. They got 44 million just to friggin' Fanatics alone. And just blasters, that doesn't include megas.
I mean, if you pull one of them, you would have to at least triple, quadruple your money in there to make it worth that hard of a box to get.
Well, if it's a blaster box and you're paying $30 for a blaster, I mean, you would hope you would go ahead and get even more than that, because
Right.
I mean, you could pull a Paul Skeens autograph that probably gets you $100.
At least.
You know what I'm saying? Or if you get a numbered one, let's say you get a Paul Skeens, numbered to 25, it probably, definitely more than definitely more than triple the price of that box if you can get something like that in there. But just, again, we've talked about it a number of times, 10xing the hobby. This has zero to do with 10xing the participation in the hobby. It has everything to do with 10xing the amount of money that they are going to make in the hobby. Because if you have
people are chasing it, is what it is. They're chasing those those magic boxes is what they're trying to do.
Yeah.
So it makes them make money.
Because if you have 1.1 million, again, you have 1.1 million blasters, and they're $30 a piece. That's $33 million right there.
Yeah. What was it?
So, I mean, it'd be. This is one of those things.
Smart, but
this is one of those things though where you almost have to expect one of these Fanatics Live breakers to go ahead and pull it
Right.
and get one.
And then you look at, okay, so Hobby has 16 boxes per case. And Hobby is 1 in 280,000 boxes. What's that come down to?
So 16 per case.
Yeah.
And the odds of getting one are 1 in what?
280,000.
I mean, that's 4,400 cases, roughly.
So there's, I forget how many, who said that?
I just think it's, to your point.
And that's 6 Hobby boxes out of that
So
400 some thousand cases.
So that means, what are we looking at from a standpoint of what could it be if it is a magic box?
Like I said, I'm thinking it's either maybe it's all autos, which would be ridiculous but possible. I think you're getting probably a bunch of numbered cards or like low numbered cards, and maybe 4 or 5 autos out of it, maybe, or an auto a pack. There's an auto in every pack. I mean, I'm waiting to see one ripped. I keep searching every now and then to see, but you're going to see that on like Leighton, Fanatics.
Could it be World Series tickets? Does it have to be all card related?
I guess it doesn't have to be. It could be memorabilia. They usually don't do that with that though. And seeing they're doing that with Series 1 with the home run derby tickets and tickets to a game of your choice and all that kind of stuff. True. I don't think they would do that, but it could be. I don't know. I mean, it's just. I know my LCS has a lot of blasters. Whoever wants to go in, we'll just buy them all and see what we get. 25 a piece.
Shit, I mean, even if you go ahead and freaking buy a case of them, the chances are still fucking slim.
Oh yeah, very slim. I mean, it's worse with the mega boxes, even worse, because those, if you think, are 20 per case, and there's only 2 of them that are magic boxes.
That's yeah.
I mean, they are really.
That's a tough one. That's they're really going ahead and they're really they're real straight. But you know what though? That's the hook, man, right?
Yep.
That's the drug. That's the gambling, man. I'm the guy who's gonna go ahead and get one. And now here's what you're going. So now here's what you definitely will see happen.
Oh yeah.
If they make it into a Target, if they make it into a Walmart, and you're the first one there, and you know about this, you're clearing the shelf.
Yeah.
Now maybe Target, maybe Walmart go ahead and put some restrictions on there, but for the most part, you're going to clear the shelf. If you show up, I mean, it would be hard to walk away seeing 8 boxes there and thinking, man, one of those 8 could be it. Yeah. I'm taking all 8. I'm going to pay the $200. I'm going to pay my $200 lottery money and see if I can go ahead and hit the magic box.
Well, that's like my target now. I guess because of the way Series 1 has all that, like the mantle chase and all that, have all their hangers, fat packs, and blasters behind the counter for Series 1.
Really?
Yeah. I was like, wow, that is surprising you have those back there. And he goes, yeah. He goes, we put out a couple boxes the first time, like I think he said 10 or 15, and one guy bought them all. He goes, and that's not what we want to do here.
Yeah.
We're going to limit you. I go, what's the limit? He goes, 5. Well, it's better than buying online at 3, but still.
Yeah. I know that like, they're, and what of those will be, they'll be kind of like your way the basketball hangers were. If the hangers wind up being some good stuff, they're the one that they'll be so difficult to go ahead and find.
Yeah. I mean, I did have my LCS put a box out to the side because he's cheaper than $200 a box. I know Dami's in on it, but trying to get a couple of the people, it's like, I think I said 39 a person because it's 160 per box that he sells them at. So,
What are they typically? $199?
yeah. Everywhere else is like 220.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think Blowout's still at $200 at least. I forget. I saw one place it was like $250. I'm like, no way. Not for one auto.
Hey, man, they're gonna go ahead. They're gonna give it every shot they got,
Oh
right?
yeah. Oh yeah. So
They're gonna be. Hey, I might as well go ahead and try. Let me see what I could go ahead and get. Maybe I get lucky.
yeah, I mean, I didn't buy it when I just because of the Magic buy. I bought it because I'll try a hobby box. And get some guys to go in with me. I can. If not, no big deal. I see what I get. I've seen some decent autos pulled, nothing huge, but I've seen a lot of Otanis hit out of Series 1, that's for sure. I saw a 73 Willie Stargell graded card redemption get pulled.
Well, when you say you're seeing a lot of Otanis, but Otanis in what way?
Autographs and like numbered.
Really?
Oh yeah. Facebook's I keep getting inundated. Like, really? Like somebody's already picked up the one all aces for them. I'm like, I'm sure there's other all aces out there of his, but I mean,
no one should be surprised about that kind of shit. To be honest with you,
I think I saw somebody pull the 101 Caglione patch auto. So I mean, it's not, and a lot of them are on breakers, of course. But
well, if the Caglione got I mean that you look at certain things, it's gonna, there's still some hit cards out there, which is as much as they want as much as they want to see a lot of people go ahead and hit the good stuff, they certainly don't want a lot of that happening, on in the beginning. Like I remember, when the Tom Brady, 101 at a Bowman draft and everything. And when you looked at the auction prices or when you looked at the buy it now prices for I guess it was for the Nationals, right? Because he was drafted by the Expos, I guess it was.
Yeah, I think so.
When you looked at the buy it now price for the Nationals, I mean, it was ridiculous amount of money. And then all of a sudden, like the company who pulled it still had like 4 other open breaks, and the Nationals were already sold. And I can imagine those people going, shit. And then once they started posting any new ones after that, like they reduced it. Like, let's say they were at $300. They reduced them once they started posting new ones. They posted it down to $200 because they still had the inscription card, which, as far as we all know, that card still hasn't been pulled. Nothing has ever been said about it.
Right. I mean, when that mantle gets pulled, it's going to be all over the place. I'm surprised some of these places haven't offered like bounties on it. But I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think part of it had, like, David Adams used to do that. They were ones that were offering some bounties, and I think they got bit in the ass real hard on the Drew Jones.
Yeah.
If they paid I think Drew Jones first Bowman, whatever that was, I think they paid like $250,000 for that.
I think so. Yeah, $250,000, I believe.
Yeah, so that one didn't work out well, and I think they probably, like, that's one of those ones where, even though that card would have taken some time to make money, when all of a sudden the guy comes out and he doesn't do that well when he gets injured and stuff, now it's even harder for that to go ahead and come back.
Yeah.
You know?
Especially try to make money off of it.
Yeah, because who the hell is going to go ahead and pay you now, anywhere close to that money for that card? Nobody.
Nobody in their world.
That's why I always say, like, when, people would ask me, you know, Bowman draft, do you hold or do you sell? And they go, what would you do? I go, if it's a player that I really don't care about, I'm going to sell and get as much as I can up front and early, because that's probably for more players than not, that's going to be probably the highest value you'll get at that moment when it's first pulled.
Yeah.
Because as much as people want to think these guys can't miss guys, a lot more of them miss than don't miss.
That is so true.
So,
I mean, and then next thing out is Gilded, which nobody can afford. They do have Topps Universe WWE coming out. I don't know what that's going to be. I've seen boxes pre-order, people saying like around 200. And then down the road, I guess they have Platinum Anniversaries on there as it to be announced, and so is 2026 Heritage, which is going to have 2 autos in it, supposedly.
interesting.
So I think Heritage is always 1 auto or mem card, I believe.
The WWE Universe would be cool.
Oh yeah.
Hopefully, that'd be nice to find a couple of blasters of that stuff out in the wild, or go to the LCS and find get a couple of blasters of that. I don't know. It's
what is that one?
Supposedly Heritage pre-sale is Monday.
I believe so. Yes. Let's see here. I mean, you did have Panini Prospect Edition baseball come out today too. Whoop-de-doo there. But a lot of it, like Finest Basketball or whatever. Let's see. You do have Bowman's Best coming out March 11th, 2025 edition.
25 edition.
Heritage. Let me see what they're saying here.
Heritage, I've never. I don't think I've ever. I don't think at any point that I did not dislike Heritage, but I've never really liked it.
Right. I was never huge on it either. It's
it's okay. I'm cool with it, but it's not like one of those ones where it's like, to me, it's not like a Stadium Club. But where, man, okay, gotta try and get Stadium Club. If I go to a store and I see Heritage, I'll be like, all right, I'll open a box. What the hell?
It's going to be the 77 design, which I'm not big on.
I like the 77 design.
But there's not a whole lot of details, obviously, on it. And
I mean, you're not wrong, Dom. They do go ahead and they usually do pretty good with Heritage, from a stacking it perspective. You're right. They do. They put a good amount of stuff in there.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, for me, I just, I thought when you it just, I don't know. Again, it's just, nothing in, they I don't know. Like I said, it's not that I dislike the product and it's like, ugh, I would never buy that product, but it's not like one of those, oh my gosh, I got to go out and search for Heritage.
Right. Pre-order February 23rd is the pre-order for Heritage.
Monday.
They do have 2025 Topps Disney 70th anniversary cards too, just saying.
I like those.
But yeah, but I did remember hearing something that Fanatics was when they took over. They said that they were going to stop putting out advance notice of releases. They're going to do it a little closer to the time they're going to release. So that's probably where we haven't seen so much of the releases. But you're going to go 2 or 3 months before you get a release again. I have a feeling they're going to put something out that we don't even know about yet. I'm not a platinum anniversary guy like a lot of guys are. I'm just not big with that. But I guess that's another one's going to do a lot of landscape design cards, from what people are being told.
Which is weird because how would that equate to what that card design was back then?
Yeah,
Like, so you're telling me that what is that going to be based off of the 54, I think?
it did say that. Of course, you get me when I click. Running real quick. It might be that. If they tell me, I know it's kind of vague on. Not only they even know. 55.
55 design. So you're telling me that in 1955 there was a lot of landscape cards?
Yeah, if you look at the on Beckett, it shows like all of them are landscape looking. All the cards they show.
But I'm just curious. Like I just because it's a play on the 1955 card. Maybe maybe 55 was no, there was a lot of those. Was a lot of hard what do you call it? Um, landscape cards back around that time. Yeah, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I wish they would bring at least one of the old ones back. If they could bring Gypsy Queen Chrome, that would be awesome. That's one set I'd like to see in Chrome. I always like Gypsy Queen.
I would like to see them do like a Chronicles type thing with Fire, Gypsy Queen, Gallery,
I'll put them all into one.
yeah, basically do do kind of what Panini did um, with Chronicles,
Yeah,
because that I think was those three sets. I think there are a lot of people that are still here. I know I mean, out of those three, Gallery was my favorite, and then Fire, my third favorite. Probably actually, it's tough because Gypsy Queen was just so different. Like even the cards felt different.
yeah. They lean more towards the A and G type side of cards.
Yeah.
Uh,
55 might have been the TV,
I
Dom.
thought that was in the '60s.
No, I think that was the one. I think wasn't that might have been at 55 where they had like the TV and stuff like that.
That, let's see.
No, it's not the TV. It's just wow.
'58.
Look on eBay. There's just a lot of horizontal. Yeah, they did horizontal cards. It's pretty cool because what they do is they do like a portrait, and then they do like a full player. They do a full player.
Yeah, '58 was the one that had the TV looking ones.
Yeah, it actually is the 55 is actually a pretty cool looking card.
They are. I'm not huge on landscapes, but the way they did them then was nice. They weren't. They weren't just team cards, basically, like most of them are now. Now Stadium Club has quite a few landscape, which isn't terrible, but
Because if you look, hold on a second here.
yeah, that's what they show.
that's what you're looking at, which is pretty cool. That's pretty cool when you're looking at that the portrait, and then you're looking at an actual picture too. I like that.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
Hopefully,
See, I would,
we'll see it before the end
yeah,
of the season.
I would try and buy some of that.
Question is, though, are they going to charge $200 a box?
Well, I'd probably try and find a couple of blasters.
I'm just saying, if that's what they go with. I mean, I'm hoping they don't. I hope they keep it like around the price of flagship of like 150. But
Well, if they're going to do Stadium Club at 200, why wouldn't you do Platinum Anniversary at 200?
true. I mean, I'm hoping that, I don't know if I'll order pre-heritage. I probably won't. I'll just wait till my LCS gets it. But I mean, heritage isn't terrible because usually you can get the all purple boxes. I think that was that release.
Yes, that was the one thing you could go ahead and you could get there, is that you could go ahead and get you can get the
The hot boxes, and they were usually one or two a case. Which
they're coming out with they're coming out with the from a combat sport perspective, Top Stadium Club UFC. Coming soon is top WWE Tops Universe. Then they also have 2025 Tops Exalted WWE.
the Exalted is probably going to be the high end one.
You could buy a blaster or value box of Stadium Club UFC for $25 on Tops.com. I tell you, man.
So right now the Universals are pre-selling around $250 for the hobby boxes on eBay. Blasters are right around $50.
Damn.
But that's on eBay. So I mean, well, here's one. It's a sealed pack out of a blaster for $12.50. Like, really?
How can I go ahead and do that? So they're pre-selling packs. So it goes live February 27th. So next Friday at 12 p.m. That shit will sell out by 12 p.m. in 30 seconds.
Oh yeah. I'll keep an eye on my LCS, see if he gets any.
And then Exalted will be available for pre-order on March 2nd. Every card tells a story. Dun, dun, dun.
Guaranteed that's a $500 box, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
If the regular universe is going for $250, yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
ridiculous. Well, sir,
yes.
I think it's time to call it. I got to get up extra early tomorrow because we actually have to be on site for the first sale.
All right, brother. It's been
We got to
fun.
be that 2 hours beforehand. So,
Thank you for everybody that came in tonight.
yeah, thanks a lot. Thanks a lot for Mike for starting it up, giving me
Yes.
a chance to go ahead and get here.
Yes. The limo dropped him off a little late. Sorry, folks.
Yep. You know,
For me, stay safe. Treat others how you want to be treated. And
thanks,
have a-
Tommy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Again, hey, come and hang out, folks. Thanks a lot for being here. We appreciate each and every one that show up and comment and everything. Thanks a lot. Catch you next week.
That's right.